Good morning, hello, and welcome. Welcome to your week ahead tarot reading with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. And as you can see on the table in front of me, I have a whole lot of decks that we're going to be working with today for your reading. So this is for the week ahead, the week starting the 30th of January. Can you believe it? It's like the end of January. We're heading into our second month of the year. We're heading into February 2022. So all of these decks that I have are the decks that I'm going to be using, as I said, to do this week ahead. We're going to start with these two little ones over here, which if you've been following these readings on a weekly basis, you will recognize them as the Word of the Year Oracle. So that's going to give us our theme for the week ahead. And I'm also going to be using Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors deck for that as well. So those three are going to be how we start the reading. We're then going to go into, as I do each week, we're going to look at getting a animal totem for the week. And this week I want to work with the Spirit Song Tarot. So every single card in this deck is an animal. It is a full tarot deck, but we're looking at the animal, not necessarily the tarot card association. So it'll be interesting to see what comes through from the Spirit Song Tarot. And then this one over here, I don't think I've used this one on my channel for whatever actually. It's one of my oldest decks that I have, and it is the Crystal Alley Oracle. I think it's called the Crystal Alley Oracle. I actually can't remember. So this is the Crystal Alley Oracle, which is going to give us the crystal that we're going to be working with for the week ahead. Then we're going to get into the elemental readings, and for the elemental readings, I break it up just to slow it down so that well, speed it up, I should say, not slow it down, so that it doesn't, that this particular video doesn't take so long. But I do like to give you elemental readings, and I'm going to use the Tarot Grand Lux for that, and that's going to be for our fire, earth, water and air elements. And then we're going to do our Q&A with Spirit, as I do each week, and there's our cues. There's our questions, and a little bit of tarot is going to give us the answers. And then I have these two decks on the side here, which are angels. So we've got angel therapy and we've got healing with the angels, and these two oracles are going to be used for the extended portion of the reading, which is available to my top two tiers on my YouTube channel membership. So if you are a channel member, you will have access to a little angel reading at the end of the reading as your extended portion. So that's the reading. These are all the decks that I'm going to be working with, all the cards that we're going to be using. It's a lot. So let's get straight into it, starting with our theme for the week ahead. Right, so we are now looking at doing our, sorry, my computer is doing strange things. Forgive that. Right, we're now going to do our theme for the week ahead. So for the week ahead, we're going to use Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors deck, and we're going to use our Word of the Year Oracle. Let's get straight into it and see what is our theme for the week ahead. So I'm going to give these just a little shuffle, not too much, and we're going to take a single card from, a single word from each of these, which will help with the Angels and Ancestors to give us our theme. Right, cards are shuffled. Taking that one over there, I'm going to put the green ones away. Let's try and pick up the orange. Just a quick little shuffle, and actually going to go for, I want that one over there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So from the green, we have got connected. I love that. Connected, and connected with connected are connected gratitude. And you know what, if you've been following me and my channel and my work for a while, you will know what an ambassador of gratitude I am. You will know how important gratitude is for me. Connected gratitude as a theme for the week ahead, I think, is amazing. I think it's wonderful. And I know, you know, this whole thing about gratitude and practicing gratitude and whatever is a little bit overdone, not only on my channel but on everybody's. You know, you're hearing it all the time, but I do think it's something that we all need a little bit more of in our life. And I love this connected gratitude because it means that we need to connect with the gratitude, to the gratitude, but it's also about connecting to Spirit, connecting to our lives, connecting to our circumstances, and being aware of what's going on and connecting the dots and being grateful for that. So that's the way that I'm interpreting it. I always have an issue with light. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's see, top center seems to work as far as keeping it glare free. Right, now we're going to grab Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray, and let's see what wants to come through that's going to help us with our connected gratitude for the week ahead. Right, so just going to give the cards a little shuffle like that, and I'm now going to cut the deck and find just one card off the top, and let's have a look. I'm running out of space already. I haven't even started. I've got the decks all around me, so for easy access, let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got High Priest. I love that. Look at the key phrase, intend and create. I love that. And you know what? To me, that ties in with connected gratitude so well, because, you know, what is, never mind what, but who and what is the high priest? It's somebody who understands the bigger picture, somebody who understands the lessons of life, the journey that we all go through, the experiences that we have to go through, but yet comes back down to basic morals and basic beliefs and basic understandings without overcomplicating. So to me, high priest over here telling you to intend and create is telling you to be mindful of what you're doing, be mindful of all the actions, activities and functions that are taking place in your life, and to practice gratitude for each one. Because if we're mindful and if we acknowledge everything that is taking place in our life, and we connect all the dots and we get that bigger picture, suddenly everything seems to make a lot more sense, and suddenly everything is a lot clearer, and suddenly we have a better understanding of all that is taking place in our life. So to me, this high priest card coming through over here, it makes so much sense. To me, it ties in so beautifully with our connected gratitude. And again, with the connected, to me, it's not so much about the singular gratitude, but it's more about connecting all the dots and connecting all the experiences. So for the week ahead, I'm going to ask you to pay attention to your conversations, okay? Pay attention to the interactions that you have with the people in your life, whether they be family members, whether they be friends, whether they be your work colleagues, or whether they be people that you interact at the petrol station, at the grocery store, at whatever it may be. But let's pay attention to our connections. And let's see how our conversations and our interactions with the people that we are connected with, let's see what beauty, what amazing things they bring into our life. And I do think, again, with intend and create, it's about recognizing how we, through our interactions, through our connected conversations, how we can create and manifest situations, opportunities, and circumstances for ourselves that will help us be happier, better, more motivated, and more enthusiastic individuals. And that is an amazing thing to be grateful for. So I do think for the week ahead, this is Spirit sort of saying, let's be mindful, let's intend and create, let's be aware of the bigger picture and how each tiny little thing that happens in our life contributes to the bigger picture, contributes to the whole thing. Okay, I am going to try and move these out of the way, because it looks like there's no glare there, so it should actually work for us. And we're now going to move into our next thing, which is, I need to look for the cards. I haven't even taken them out the box yet. So now we're going to get our animal totem for the week ahead. And this week I am working with the Spirit Song Tarot. The artwork is just beautiful. The cards themselves are just beautiful. Just remove my ribbon, remove the box, and let's have a look and see the crystal. I'm jumping ahead of myself. The animal totem that wants to work with us for the week ahead. So let's give the cards a little shuffle as we ask for an animal totem for the week. And this is for all of us. What animal wants to work with us for this week? What animal, what energy or energy of the animal wants to come through? What kind of characteristics, personality traits, what kind of ideals and expectations can we have around animal energy for the week ahead? And what is the characteristics of the animal that we maybe need to adapt, adopt, and bring into our own lives? Okay, cards are shuffled. I'm going to take that one over there. So I know this is a tarot deck, which means that it is, you know, it's got all the cards that a tarot deck should have in it, but we're not so much looking at that. I obviously will, and I obviously will bring it in, but it's more to do with the animal itself. So let's turn it over and see. Animal totem for our week ahead. We have got, what's that, an eel? An electric eel, that's what it looks like to me. So we've got the 8 of acorns with the keywords of energy and results. And you know what, electric eels, first of all, they are quite, I'm going to call them slippery. The way that they move through the water, they are quite agile, they are quite flexible. They can move in incredibly quickly, even though they don't have external limbs. You know, they're using their muscles, they're using their core. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. They're using their core energy and their core muscles to manipulate, to move, and to progress through. They're very quick to react and very quick to respond. And they're also able to protect themselves. So even though they look quite simple and quite I'm going to call it non-scary, they really are able to defend themselves in quite a big way. So I think our eel is going to help us a lot this week. I think our eel is going to give us the opportunity to move at great speed, to use our core, the core of who and what we are, to adapt and to change quite quickly, but to also understand the connectedness of who we are and what we are, but also by realizing that we have to trust and believe in ourselves, but we also have to be very aware of our environment, of our surroundings, of the people, the situations, and the circumstances. And we need to be able to react quite quickly to that. But we need to realize that even though it may seem as we don't have a lot of resources available to us, and when I say that, I'm talking about arms and legs and stuff like that, you know, the eel doesn't have, but just because it doesn't have those things that we as humans rely on, it's still very capable and very able of moving swiftly, moving quickly, achieving a lot of things, and also protecting itself. And those are the kind of elements, qualities that we need to be mindful of for the week ahead, because that's what's going to help us to navigate our connected gratitude and understanding our intention of creation and being who and what we are. So our animal energy, no, that doesn't work, right? Animal energy is going to go over there. Our animal totem for the week is our eel, 8 of acorns. And I think in the suit of acorns, and I actually should have checked that before I even started recording, but I think in traditional tarot it would be the suit of wands, and the 8 of wands is the card of movement. It's the card of movement and change. So to me, it's like we need to be adaptable, we need to be changeable, but we also need to be quite quick in our responses and in the way that we react to situations and circumstances. All right, we now are going to move into our crystal energy for the week. Let me just reach and grab the cards. So these cards, like I said, this is an incredibly old deck. I think I actually couldn't even begin to tell you how long I've had this particular deck for. And it is called the Crystal Alley cards. The guidebook is just amazing. I actually have it here. I'll show you. So it's the Crystal Alley cards. It's the Crystal Path to Self-Knowledge. And it is by Naisha Ashan. I think I'm saying it right. But the information in this book is just amazing, what you get on each of the crystals and how to use it and all those kind of things. So it really is, the artwork is quite simple, but the information given is amazing. So we're going to shuffle, and you can see by the size of them, they are absolutely huge. So let's just give the cards a quick little shuffle without feeling I don't drop them all over the table. And we're looking for a crystal that we need to be working with for the week ahead. Crystal energy for the week ahead, for the collective, for every single one of us. Right, I'm trying to not shuffle too much because the glare is quite bad. And I'm going to take, oopsie, I took 2. Taking the bottom one. All right, let me put those down over there, and let's have a look and see what is our crystal for the week ahead. Obsidian. Oh, I love obsidian. Obsidian is one of those crystals where I just love the feel of it in my hands. Obsidian, if you get a rough piece of obsidian, you know, it still feels silky smooth. But if you get a polished piece, oh, it really does feel so silky smooth. It's a rock hard crystal, obviously. Listening to myself talking here. But it always has quite a smooth, soft feel to it, even though it's not soft in its feel. To me, it always feels so silky soft, even though it is obviously rock hard. And I know I say it every week, but I'm certainly no expert when it comes to crystals, when it comes to their meanings and interpretations. But obsidian being a solid black crystal, to me, it's always about grounding and protection. So anytime I feel like I need any kind of grounding and protection, obsidian would be the crystal that I would reach out for. I'm just looking at the image on the card on the screen here, and I just noticed the keyword across the top. I didn't even see that before. So yes, obsidian is for protection. It is the crystal that you can use. So especially if you find yourself connecting with a lot of people, and if you find yourself impacted or affected by other people's energy, then obsidian is definitely a crystal that you can use. And its color is like really pitch black. It is solid black. There's no shades or colors or variations on it. It is just pitch solid black. So if you look at this particular image, it's just that circle there, which is the obsidian. Here in South Africa, obsidian is fairly easy to come by. So if you go into any kind of crystal metaphysical shop, your chances of finding a piece of obsidian is quite easy, quite simple. And a lot of people wear obsidian as a pendant around their neck. So it does help to protect the aura. It does help to ground you. It protects your energy field. It almost creates like I'm going to call it a field around your aura to protect any kind of negative energies coming in, but also to keep your positive energies in within your bubble as such. And looking at the week that we have coming up for us, looking at all the cards that we've already got as the theme, it would make sense that we're going to be interacting and connecting with a lot of people, and everybody else's energy might not be in line with yours, or as clean as yours. And we're not talking from a cleanliness point of view, but it's just about energy fields. So protecting ourselves is important, especially when we are connecting with so many people and being and engaging with other people, because every person that you interact with, it's almost like you take a little piece of them with you. So obsidian would help you to protect yourself and to keep yourself energetically separate, clean, and to purify the energies that you are receiving and exchanging with other people. So again, if you do not have a piece of obsidian available to you, if it's not something that you have around you, just if you close your eyes and just imagine the blackest black, smooth surface, is very, very smooth, and just use the word obsidian, just use its name, and you can just imagine that energy and see it protecting you, see it encasing you and keeping you safe. But you can almost see it as I almost want to say, if you've ever seen Black Mirrors, how it reflects out, okay? Because that's what obsidian does. It will reflect out any negative energy so that your energy is contained and kept safe while you are connecting with other people. So I think that's quite awesome, and I love obsidian. As I said, it's got this, just, it feels, if you hold it in your hand, it just feels so silky smooth, but it is really, really a hard crystal, pitch black, absolutely beautiful. And the next thing we're going to do is our elemental readings for the week ahead. So I break these up into the elements being fire, earth, air, and water, and I'm going to do a reading for all fire signs and so on, moving through. And I am using the Tarot Grand Luxe. Beautiful deck. I do absolutely love the artwork. Actually, these are quite big. Let me do them that way around. The shuffling. I'm going to just shuffle once, and then I will draw for each of the elements, and we will have a look and see what is the energy of the week ahead. While I'm shuffling the cards, at this point, let me mention that the month ahead readings, detailed month ahead readings per sign of the zodiac, have been released. They were released on Friday, so if you haven't already checked those out, please do. I've had so much positive feedback, and people are absolutely loving to see what is in store for the month of February, for the whole month ahead. And it really is a detailed reading, so go and check that out if you are interested. Okay, so cards are shuffled and thrown around. I don't know which way's up now. Cutting the deck. So let's have a look. We're looking at our fire signs, and fire signs is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, the cards that we have for you here is the Eight of Cups, and we also have the Knight of Wands. If we have a look at the Eight of Cups is about choosing to walk away. It's about looking and saying, I'm not satisfied with my current situation. I'm not satisfied. I don't feel as if I have everything I need, and I want to see what else is out there. What are my options? What else is available to me? And it's about exploring your options, but in order to explore your options, that sometimes we have to move away. And connected to that, we have got the Knight of Wands. Can you see how focused and determined he is? You know, you can see by the expression on his face that he means business. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to tackle or take anything on, and he's not afraid to almost cause a little bit of chaos if he needs to. And I think that's exactly what Spirit is saying to you, Aries, for the week ahead. You need to be very much focused on what you need, what you want, what's right for you. And don't be afraid to stir things up a little bit if that's what you need to do in order to achieve whatever it is that you need to. I do at this point want to bring in, though, our theme for the week ahead, because Aries, listen to me saying Aries all the time, fire signs. I've just recorded the Taroscope, so I'm stuck on one at a time. So fire signs, this is Spirit saying to you, it's very, very important that you know what it is you need and want to achieve, but don't be so limited and restricted around causing chaos and getting that done. We need to be connected in everything that we're doing. We need to be aware of the bigger picture, and we need to understand that we can move quite quickly in achieving it, but but don't be overly destructive. Don't be too quick to cause chaos. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, this is for you. This is Spirit saying it's time for you to be very proactive, not reactive, proactive in doing the things that you need to, getting it done, being very again proactive in achieving the things that you need to do, but try not cause too much chaos in the process. Okay. Right, so I'm going to leave those two. Actually, those are in the way. I'm going to leave them up there. And let's just do another quick shuffle. This time around, we're looking at our earth signs. And earth signs is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, let's have a look and see week ahead for you, what's in store. I'm going to just cut the deck over there. First card we get for you, right, we've got the Nine of Swords. And the second card we have for you, what is that? Oh, it's the Five of Coins. All right, so earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a hard week for you. It looks like there's going to be quite a lot of thoughts going on in your head, quite a lot of worry and stress and anxiety that's going on in your head. You know, our fire signs is all about, you know, getting things done and moving quickly. But for you, it's like being very aware of what you're thinking. Be very aware of the troubles, the thoughts, and the anxieties that you have going on in your mind. And don't always feel like you need to be going without. Don't always feel like you need to be focusing on everybody else. It is important that you be aware of your own thoughts. I do want to say to you, this combination, okay, so earth signs, this combination is saying that you may be feeling as if you're left out a little bit. You may be feeling like you're excluded from circumstances or from events and things. We need to understand the bigger picture, okay? So just to bring that back into it, you need to understand the bigger picture. And when you find your stress getting bad, when you find yourself feeling extra anxious or overly anxious, just stop for a second and say, you know what is the bigger picture here? All right, let me be grateful for the fact that I'm not included, or that I'm not part of that, or I'm not privy to whatever's going on, because maybe it means that I have less to worry about, less to stress about, and less to be concerned around. I also want to bring in earth signs for you, the obsidian. I really think looking at this, the obsidian will help you to protect your energy so that you don't feel so defenseless. Okay, so let the obsidian help you. If you can get a piece of obsidian, absolutely carry it around with you all the time. Hold it in your hand and make sure that you set its intention to take care of you and to protect you. But it is about recognizing that there's a lot going on, and sometimes that bigger picture is not something that you're aware of, not something that you know, and not something that you're familiar with. It doesn't mean that you are excluded. Okay, so try and pay attention to that, and don't allow yourself to succumb to your worries this week, because it looks like it's going to be a bit of a hard week for you. It looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult, but honestly, if you stay committed, and if you stay focused, and you stay mindful of your emotions and your thoughts, you'll be able to overcome quite easily. Okay, we're now going to move on to air signs, and our air signs is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's have a look for the week ahead for our air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, cutting the deck there. First card we have for you guys is the Three of Coins, and you can see he's hard at work. Second card we have for you is the Nine of Coins. So for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, with our Three of Coins, if you have a look at him, you can see he's working hard. I mean, he is chipping away. You can see we've got the scaffolding and the work in progress happening behind him. He's got his plans and his instruments and his tools. He's got everything there that he needs, and he is working hard. He's not aware of the potential storm that's brewing behind him, okay? He's very focused on doing the work that he needs to. He knows that people are watching him. He knows that people are very aware of what he's producing and what he's creating. And people are watching to see how well it turns out and how well it comes up. And this is confirmation that it's actually going to work out fabulously. All right. So for my air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this is Spirit saying to you that actually you can't do much wrong this week. All right. Everything's actually going to work out quite well for you. You know what you need to do. You know how you need to do it. It's now just a case of getting on and doing it. Just because you've got a positive outcomes card doesn't mean that you can take it easy. But we also know that you won't. We know that that's not your character. That's not your personality. It's not the kind of person you are. But it's still Spirit saying that you actually can't do much wrong this week. Things are going to work out really well for you. So if there's anything that you're hoping for or waiting for, put the effort in. Do the work that is required this week and you will have positive outcomes. But if you don't put the effort in, it's not going to happen for you. So if you've been waiting before you get involved in something, or waiting before you do something, this is Spirit saying to you, this is the week. All right. This is definitely the week to head down, focus, get it all done in order to achieve positive outcomes. All right. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, it's the week to get busy. It's the week that you get all the things caught up and done and sorted out. And finally, we have our water signs, and our water signs being our Cancerians, our Scorpios, and our Pisces energy. So we've got our crabs, we've got our scorpions, and we've got our fish. Our water signs. Let's see. Week ahead for all water signs, Cancerians, Scorpios, and Aquarius. Water signs for the week ahead. Cutting the deck there. First card we have for you is the Six of Coins, which is all about helping other people, being there for other people, giving to other people, and connected to that we have the Page of Swords as well. Just putting the deck out of the way because I don't need it anymore. So let's have a look. Right, so water signs. The first card we have for you is the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Coins. And you can see it's about giving. It's about being aware of the people around you and what they need, and helping and giving as much as you can. Now, this card always comes with a bit of a warning for me, and it's the warning of, it's great that you're able to give. It's great that you're able to help other people, but you've got to make sure that you're not giving too much. Make sure that you're not giving more than is necessary, because we know you've got a good heart. We know that you're kind. We know that you're generous, obviously. But it is about making sure that whatever you're giving is not more than you have, more than you should, or more than is needed. And the interesting thing with this Page of Swords, now, I love the little budgie. I don't know if any of you are into budgies, but look at that cute little budgie. Page of Swords for me, whenever I see Page of Swords, I always see lessons, learning, understanding. So what is going on here for all my water signs? The Spirit saying to you, you know, you've got a good heart, you've got a kind heart, but it's about learning when is enough. Okay, so when we look at these two, it's about, we're not saying to you don't do it, because Spirit would never tell you to stop helping. Spirit will never tell you to stop being kind and generous, but Spirit is saying to you, find that balance. Find that balance of what is necessary, and whether it is giving or whether it is helping a person to achieve things by themselves. And this is something that you will need to be focusing on and learning this week ahead. Trying to find that balance between when is it enough. And again, understanding the bigger picture, understanding how every situation and circumstance is connected, and being grateful that you have the opportunity to participate in that, and to share and to teach and to help other people be stronger, better, and healthier in whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, so we have done our theme, we have done our animal totem, we have done our crystal energy, and we have done our elemental readings for the week ahead. So what is left is our Q&A with Spirit. So, and I know, I must say, I've had quite a few people reach out to me and say how they're loving the Q&A with Spirit, because it's always exactly what they're thinking, and it's always exactly what they need, or the kind of thoughts that are going through their mind. And I think it's about 2 people in the last week who said that they've actually spent quite a bit of time working through journaling with the question that comes up, journaling for themselves, and then comparing what comes through from Spirit and their own journaling or their own understandings to see how they all connect and to tie in. So I'm enjoying it and loving it as well. So I have my question cards. Just checking they're upside down. Let's shuffle. So we're doing our Q&A with Spirit. So we're asking Spirit, what is something that we all need to be thinking about? What is a question that we all need to be pondering and understanding and trying to comprehend for ourselves, just so that we can all grow, evolve, and become better people, better versions of ourselves? Considering our theme for the week ahead, which is connected gratitude, from the angels and ancestors, we've got the High Priest, which is all about intentions and creations. We've got the eel animal totem, and we've got obsidian crystal. So what is a question that we all need to be mindful of, thinking of, and working through for the week ahead, for the best good of all of us concerned? Right, so cards are shuffled, and I am looking for, actually I want that one, changing my mind because I can. Right, let's have a look and see what question we have got this week. So what do I need to do to step more fully into my own potential? I like that. So what do we need to do to step more fully into our own potential? So that's the question that we're asking, and actually I think it might fit better over there, because it is all connected. And as always, to answer the question, we're going to use the Little Buddha Tarot. I love my Little Buddha Tarot. So before I start shuffling that, let's just sort of understand the question. So what do we need to do to step more fully into our own potential? Every single one of us, the whole reason why we exist, the whole reason why we've chosen this earth experience, is to develop our potential, to step into our potential, to grow, to evolve, to become a better human being, to learn the life's lessons, all of that. And going back to our connected gratitude that we have over there, isn't the spirit saying to us, we need to be focused on ourselves, we need to be focused on our own journey, but we need to understand that none of us, even if you do live on your own, even if you do work for yourself, even if you never engage it with anybody else, there is I almost want to call it an ecosystem. There is an ecosystem of life that happens, and everything that you do impacts on another person, another situation, or another circumstance in one way, form, or another. And when we understand that everything has a ripple action, we will understand that we need to be more mindful of our own steps. But what happens is each one of us occasionally, sometimes, and maybe even quite often, we tend to hold back on our own progress for fear of what could go wrong, which means we're not stepping into our own potential. We're not actually living life in the way that we should, or accepting what's available to us and things like that. There's a lot of people, and I see it with my client interactions on a daily basis, where we're so afraid of failure, we're so afraid of doing something wrong, we're so afraid of mistakes that we don't do anything. And this is spirit saying to us that it's important that we start recognizing that we should be doing more. And I don't mean on a physical level, I mean spiritually, emotionally, mentally, on all of those levels. We need to be trying things, exploring ourselves, exploring our own understanding. And that's why we've got this coming through. Okay, it's about understanding all of that, and it's about recognizing the potentials. And if we're not pushing ourselves, and if we're not experimenting, trying, and developing ourselves, what's the point? If you're having an earth experience to just accumulate money, what's that going to do for you? I understand money is important, and we like money, of course we do. That's absolutely not in question at all. But the thing that is important is developing the human, developing the soul, developing the understanding, the compassion, all of those, the love, really. So connected gratitude is understanding and being grateful for all the lessons, for all the situations and all the circumstances. So the question, what do I need to do to step more fully into my own potential? And obviously we're changing it for the collective. What do we need to do to step more fully into our own potential? Right, so we're asking Little Buddha Tarot, what do we need to do to step more fully into our full potential? Okay, and let's cut there. Card number one that we have is the Strength card. So I think that ties in with what I was saying, is we need to have the strength, the courage to try. Let's see the second one we have. You know what? Sometimes I have to giggle because sometimes the answers are so simple and the answers are so truthful and they're so to the point that it's surprising, but yet not surprising. And that's what I'm getting here with these two. So we've got the Strength card. And the Strength card in tarot is about inner strength. It's not about muscular strength. It's not about being a bodybuilder, muscle builder, how much weight can you pick up. But it's about digging deep within your soul, within your heart, within your mind, to find the inner strength to face and to deal with whatever it is that you need to face and deal with. It's about your core. Suddenly I'm needing to bring our eel into it here. And again, like I mentioned when I was talking about the eel earlier, the eel has no arms and legs, but yet it's able to move incredibly swiftly, incredibly quickly, and it's able to defend itself, and it's incredibly agile based on its core strength. And that's what we need to do. We need to find our core strength. We need to find that core within ourselves and say, right, who am I? What am I? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Look at your connected gratitude and say, you know what, I'm weak in this area, but so-and-so is strong in that area. So why don't I connect with them? Why don't I team up with them and let me help them in one way so that they can help me in another? And when we do that, when we do this this give and take kind of scenario, suddenly everybody's winning and everybody's succeeding. So going back to our question of what do we need to do to step more fully into our own potential, it's about identifying your strengths and weaknesses. It's identifying your fears and insecurities, okay? And it's overcoming our fear of failure. It's overcoming our fear of doing what's right or doing what's wrong. You know, as a human being, we've got so much we've got so many expectations put on us. You're expected to be kind, you're expected to be generous, you're expected to develop yourself, you're expected to, I could go on and on and on and on and on with that. But the biggest thing that we're all living our lives by is sticking within the rules, sticking within the expectations of what the society says. So society says you're a good person or you're living a good life when you've got a bank account of X amount of money, you've got a house that looks like X whatever, you drive a car like that, you dress like that, you go to school like that. There's all these kind of pressures, and we're all trying to be that. We're all trying to succeed and to have that good life. But actually, our souls are empty, our hearts are empty, we're feeling so unfulfilled. But when we set the right intentions and when we create for ourselves, understanding the connection that we have with everybody, using our core and recognizing that our cores are all different, and yet protecting being hard and soft at the same time. I understand it all sort of comes together, doesn't it? Yeah, I spent all this time in the beginning of the reading talking about obsidian and how it's such a physically hard crystal, but when you feel it, it feels so soft and gentle. And isn't that how we all need to be? Don't we all need to be like that? We need to be strong. Let me point to the right one. We need to be strong, like the strength card. We need to have that strength. We need to have that conviction. But we also need to be doing the right, not only for ourselves, but for everybody around us, because the connections matter. The connections matter. Oh my gosh. You know what? I love it. I just absolutely love it how it all steps through. So you and I, the collective, every single one of you watching and listening to this right now, we cannot step into our potential. We cannot become all that we are supposed to be if we don't focus on what truly matters. And what truly matters is you having the strength to try new things, to experience new things, and to evolve in a way that is right for you and not just what's right for the collective. Okay, so society's expectations and pressures, they matter. And yes, we have to follow the rules. Yes, we have to stick within the law. We cannot suddenly, take the law into our own hands. But we've also got to have a set of rules around our own personal self. And those laws need to matter as well. So it's about trying to find a balance between it all, but it's about being flexible enough to adjust yourself when it's appropriate and when it's relevant. And if you can do that, you will be living your life to your full potential. If you're not doing that, then you're living 10% of the potential of what's available to you. So recognize that you were strong enough, recognize that you were capable enough, dig deep within yourself without having fear of judgment, fear of failure, and fear of doing things wrong. Recognizing that rules are relevant, rules are important and significant, but you've got society's rules, you've got work rules, you've got life rules, and then you've got your rules. And it's about being able to adapt to all of that until you are living to your own full potential. Okay, not limiting, restricting yourself in any way, shape, or form. I love that. Absolutely love that. So friends, for those of you who are watching on the public forum, this is the end of your reading. I do hope that this helps you for the week ahead. I do hope that this gives you food for thought, gives you, the opportunity to just navigate whatever it comes at you, work with your animal and your crystal energy, be aware of connected gratitude for the week ahead, and just navigate life. You've got all of that information there as well. Do your best, but push yourself a little bit. Just push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. And I think if you can do that, you're going to find yourself so much happier and so much more content with life in general. I'm now going to move on to the extended portion of the reading, where I'm going to bring in angel messages or readings from the angels, messages from the angels. And this is for my motivated and my activated channel members on YouTube. So if you are a channel member, stick around for that. And if you're not, why don't you consider joining? It's a small monthly fee, and it gives you access to a lot of additional content to help you be just a better version of yourself than you already are. Right, friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, Take care.